Welcome to Global English Podcast. I'm Maya, and I'm here with my co-host Sarah to help you learn practical English for real-life situations.
Hi, everyone. I'm Sarah, and today we have a story that I think many travelers can relate to.
That's right. Today's episode is called Hotel Checkout Surprise: Understanding Unexpected Charges. Sarah has a travel story that taught her some very useful English expressions for dealing with confusing hotel bills.
Ugh, this was such a stressful experience, but it really helped me learn how to ask questions politely when I don't understand something.
Perfect. So, whether you're traveling for business or pleasure, this episode will give you the confidence to handle unexpected situations at hotels. Sarah, tell us what happened.
Okay, so this happened to me in Amsterdam last month. I had booked a nice hotel for 3 nights. Nothing too fancy, but comfortable. I thought I had everything figured out, you know? I had booked online, paid in advance, and everything seemed straightforward.
That sounds normal so far.
Right, so on my last morning, I packed my bags, had breakfast in the hotel restaurant, and went to the front desk around 11 a.m. I was feeling pretty relaxed because my flight wasn't until the evening.
Sounds like a perfect last day.
Exactly. So I walked up to the receptionist, handed over my key card, and said, I'd like to check out. Simple, right? The receptionist was very friendly. She smiled and said, Of course, let me prepare your final bill.
That's the standard procedure, but I'm guessing something unexpected happened.
Oh, yes. She printed out this long receipt and handed it to me with a smile. I looked at it and, Maya, I was so confused. There were all these extra charges I didn't understand. The total was much higher than I expected.
Oh no, that must have been stressful. What kind of charges were on the bill?
Well, there was something called minibar, 15 euros, then city tax, 12 euros, service fee, 8 euros, breakfast, 45 euros, and late checkout fee, 25 euros. I was looking at this bill thinking, wait, what?
Right, so these were charges you weren't expecting. How did you handle it?
Well, at first I was a bit panicked, but I remembered that it's important to stay calm and ask politely. So let me show you exactly how the conversation went. Maya, would you mind playing the receptionist?
Of course, this will help our listeners hear exactly what to say in this situation.
Excuse me, could you explain this charge? I see 15 euros for minibar, but I didn't use the minibar.
Oh, let me check your room. Room 237, correct? Yes, I see here that 2 bottles of water and a bag of nuts were taken from the minibar on your second day.
Oh, I didn't realize those were from the minibar. I thought they were complimentary. But could you also explain these other charges? I don't understand this fee for city tax.
Of course. The city tax is a local government charge. It's 4 euros per night for 3 nights, so 12 euros total. This is standard in Amsterdam.
I see. And what about breakfast? I thought breakfast was included in my room rate. Is breakfast included in the price I paid online?
Let me check your reservation details. I'm sorry, but your booking was for room only. Breakfast was 15 euros per day, and I see you had breakfast 3 times in our restaurant.
Okay, I understand that now, but I think there might be a mistake with this late checkout fee. I checked out at 11 a.m., which should be the normal checkout time.
You're absolutely right. Our standard checkout is 11 a.m. Let me remove that charge. Can you check the bill again? I'll print a new one for you.
Thank you so much for explaining everything and fixing that mistake.
And that's exactly how you should handle this situation. Sarah, you did everything right. You stayed calm, asked polite questions, and got the problem resolved.
Exactly. And you know what? The receptionist was really helpful once I asked clearly. I think she appreciated that I was polite about it.
That's such an important point. Being polite and respectful makes a huge difference. Now, let's break down the key expressions that Sarah used, because these are really useful for any situation where you need clarification.
Yes, these phrases saved me so much stress.
First, when you want to check out, you simply say, "I'd like to check out." This is polite and clear. You could also say, "I'm checking out," or "I'd like to settle my bill."
Right. And when you see something on the bill you don't understand, could you explain this charge is perfect. It's polite and direct.
Exactly. And notice Sarah also said, "I don't understand this fee." This is another great way to ask for clarification. You're being honest about your confusion without being aggressive.
And when I was sure about something, I said, I didn't use the minibar. This is a clear, factual statement. You're not accusing anyone of making a mistake, you're just stating the facts.
Good point. And asking, "Is breakfast included?" is a really practical question. Many people assume breakfast is included, but it often isn't in the base price.
Oh, and I learned that one the hard way. And when I suspected there was an error, I said, I think there might be a mistake. This is much better than saying, you made a mistake or this is wrong.
Absolutely. And finally, "Can you check the bill again?" is a polite way to ask someone to review the charges. You're giving them the opportunity to find and fix any errors.
These phrases really work. I felt much more confident once I knew how to ask for help politely.
Let's also talk about some useful vocabulary from this situation. City tax is a common charge in many European cities. It's a local government fee for tourists.
Right, and service fee, that's basically a tip that's automatically added to your bill. Some hotels include this.
Good point. Minibar refers to the small refrigerator in your hotel room with drinks and snacks. Everything inside costs extra. And late checkout fee is charged when you check out after the hotel's standard time.
And complimentary means free. I thought the water was complimentary, but it wasn't.
Exactly. Now, let's practice these key phrases slowly so our listeners can repeat them. This will help build confidence for real situations.
Great idea. Listeners, repeat after Maya.
"I'd like to check out." "Could you explain this charge?" "I don't understand this fee." "I didn't use the minibar." "Is breakfast included?" "I think there might be a mistake." "Can you check the bill again?"
Perfect. Those are the essential phrases you need. And remember, the key is being polite and staying calm, even when you're confused or stressed.
Absolutely. Hotel staff want to help you, but they can only do that if you communicate clearly and respectfully. These phrases will help you solve problems and avoid misunderstandings.
And you know what? After this experience, I always read the fine print more carefully when booking hotels. But it's also good to know that you can ask questions if something doesn't make sense.
That's excellent advice, Sarah. Prevention is always better than having to solve problems later. But when problems do happen, you now have the tools to handle them confidently in English.
Exactly. And that's a wrap for today's episode. I hope this story and these phrases help you feel more confident during your travels.
If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow Global English Podcast for more real-life English stories. We're here to help you speak English confidently in everyday situations.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Safe travels and happy learning.
See you next time on Global English Podcast.